Yes, sure. My name is ANEESH PRADEEP. I'm from India, and my main background is computer science engineering. My work experiences, I worked in UK and Kazakhstan before coming to Uzbekistan, and before Uzbekistan 10 years I worked in presidential organizations and prestige school in Kazakhstan. So my main focus here is to teach software engineering to first year students. Yeah, I think my education in India is very different from what we learn now, especially during the, at least let's say 15-20 years back. That time we just study the whole textbook. The teacher comes, asks us to study the textbook, we just study everything. If the teacher is not happy, we study again and again. But nowadays, we give the students opportunity to study themselves. We just give them the resources. In India also, it's always teacher focused. There's not student-based learning, which we hear nowadays. So it's very much different from what we have now. I think the most attractive to me was giving students responsibility, because I see in some schools and universities it's a responsibility of the teacher to teach them. But I feel like as more you spoon feed them, students will become more lazy. I have some teachers that move the responsibility towards the students, that they need to feel they have to study, they are in charge of their future. So I think those kind of methodologies always help me to give a student-based learning so that they can practice and learn more. In my heart, I'm a computer engineer. So I'm a bachelor's of computer engineer, then I graduated, then I took master's. But I came to the field of teaching just to help students learn IT, improve their IT skills, because even in my school or university or even family, any IT problem, they come to me. So I feel like it's easy for me to explain them IT problems. Even doesn't matter even the printer is not working or any complex situation, it was always easy for me to explain them how it works. And they always tell me, Anish, explain in a simple way, don't go very technical. So for me, IT always attracted to me. I think the first few things that I really enjoyed is hospitality is very good. People always try to help. Let's say I lived in UK and a lot of countries abroad. Whenever you ask for help, it's very difficult to get. But here people are coming forward to help even without asking. And I have been only in Tashkent, so life is easy and comfortable here. Students are amazing. They are very intelligent. They are forward-looking students. I'm lucky to have less culture shock, because coming from Kazakhstan to Uzbekistan, it was easy. I speak a little bit of Russian and I speak a little bit of Kazakh. So Kazakh and Uzbek is like almost the same. So for me, the shock was less. Compared to my previous job, in Kazakhstan also I worked in presidential organization. So I heard that a new university is coming in Uzbekistan, and I heard there are presidential schools. So I wanted to make an impact or make a change, because it's always interesting to work in a very new university. And from my knowledge, we have presidential schools in most cities, and having a presidential university, it's an honor to work in a big organization and make some changes. Because when you work in an already established university, things are a bit boring there. You do the same stuff all the time. But being in a new university, every day it's an interesting new challenge. I searched Uzbekistan, then I wanted to come to Uzbekistan, and I searched top universities in Uzbekistan. So you usually see the same international universities here. Then I heard about Piima and their initiative. So I even applied for the job even before this organization started. So I just sent my resume, I sent them letters saying that it will be amazing to work together. And even they were surprised. They asked me, how did you get the email? I said, I'm an IT guy. so for me, it's always interesting to teach the future kids of this country, because they come to this university with great ambition. They want the best compared to all other universities or all other international universities. It's always interesting for me to give them knowledge. And I can see one special thing I saw in Uzbekistan, which I never saw in any other country, is, let's say in India or Kazakhstan, you always see English language centers. You can see centers that teach English. But in Uzbekistan, I saw a lot of IT centers where students can go study IT and improve their IT skills, which I have never seen anywhere. So I feel like Uzbekistan is giving focus towards IT. The universities are made to focus on IT, and I think students always hear, what is the next interesting field in the country? People think it's IT. That's why everybody is moving towards IT. I think to make change, because if as a teacher and as a person, you need to have some impact in your life. Having a normal life, having a normal job doesn't make a difference. Making a difference and being being a part of someone's journey is very interesting, because in my life I have taught around maybe 1,000 or 1,500 students. I always hear students, my students, they work in Google, Microsoft, any big company you say, I have my students working there. So always I'm happy to see that I made at least a small change in their life for their future. Especially for IT, I just I first share my experience. I have worked in companies before starting teaching. I tell them my experience. I tell them both the good thing and the bad thing, because whenever we talk about IT, people just talk about Steve Jobs and Elon Musk. But there are more than IT than these two people. So I tell them the good and the bad in this field, what they can achieve. And I always tell them, don't force yourself to take IT, because they will struggle, especially for programming. They need to have within themselves some motivation, because you cannot teach someone programming who doesn't want to program. So I tell them, you can experiment for 1 year in the university. If you like, continue. Otherwise, don't force yourself to take IT. I would say, for example, in Uzbekistan, they need to first research on what opportunities they have, what they want to be. Some people want to be programmer. They can focus towards programming. Some students like IT but don't like programming. They can take a little bit of business and move towards project management or business consultant. So always find a passion in IT, because IT itself, it's a very big field. So they need to find a specific area they really enjoy so they can focus on it.